Deandre Hopkins has finalized a 2-year, $26 million deal to become a Tennessee Titan, becoming the next player on the list of the Titans' history of signing elite but aging wide receiver talent. So, will Deandre Hopkins be just another star receiver that we will erase their time as a Titan from our memory? Or will he break the cycle and find success in Tennessee? Let's break down the Titans' wide receiver curse. What could have been for the Titans? In 1998, the Titans select wide receiver Kevin Dyson 16th overall. 5 picks later, and the next wide receiver off the board, Hall of Famer Randy Moss gets drafted to the Minnesota Vikings. 12 years later, the Titans finally get their guy and claim now 35-year-old Randy Moss off of waivers. Moss ended up playing 8 games with the Titans, finishing with 6 receptions, 80 yards, and 0 touchdowns, being the only team Moss played for in his career without scoring a touchdown. Do you remember Andre Johnson on the Titans? Because this is a thing that happened. Spending his whole career in the AFC South, he did well against the Titans during his career, putting up 127 receptions, 1,535 yards, and 11 touchdowns on them. But the most memorable moment was his fight against Titans cornerback Cortland Finnegan. Now on the other side, 35-year-old Andre Johnson signs a 2-year deal with the Titans. Once again, only playing 8 games for them, in which he had 9 receptions, 85 yards, and 2 touchdowns before retiring. Most recently, in 2021, the Titans traded for 32-year-old Julio Jones. This trade saw the Titans give up the 2nd and 4th round pick for Julio and a future 6th. Julio's time as a Titan was more serviceable than the previous wide receivers, but it still wasn't up to the standard expected of Julio Jones, finishing his time in Tennessee with 10 games played, 31 receptions, 434 yards, and 1 touchdown. Now in 2023, the next wide receiver in this list is DeAndre Hopkins, who I believe should break this trend and still find success while in Tennessee. Although it is interesting to note how similar his last season with the Cardinals compares to Julio's last season as a Falcon. Hopkins ended his time as a Cardinal with 9 games, 64 receptions, 717 yards, and 3 touchdowns, while Julio's last season as a Falcon, he had 9 games, 51 receptions, 771 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Do what you will with that information. DeAndre Hopkins has personally set the bar of what we can consider a successful season for him as a Titan. Before signing, he went to social media to say he will retire when he is no longer a 1,000-yard receiver. This will be a challenge. Since 2015, the Titans have only had 3 seasons with a player over 1,000 receiving yards, being A.J. Brown in 2019 and 2020, and Delanie Walker in 2015. The 2023 season will be an interesting one for Hopkins, so let me know in the comments if you think he will hit 1,000 receiving yards and break this Titans wide receiver curse.